I want, when you go into meditation, for you just to visualize as if you're standing and your arms are spread out, and I want you to visualize how many strings or chains do you have attached to yourself. Okay, like as if they're going out, and we're going to set those chains free. When I'm talking about chains, I'm talking about conditions in which we have with others. Okay, so say for example, attachments. They're a sort of attachment, but they're also an imprisoning.
Okay.
Because we have in the past we've been persecutors, and just as well as we have been victims, but not that this is a representation of what is going on in your life now, etc. Because we're all good people, but we do hold these conditions within us, these chains that are still there, that haven't been set free or broken. And what happens is circumstances, situations, people we meet, etc. We end up having these, what you would call these conditions that are relative to what it is that you've been holding on to from whenever. So, for example, even in family members, we need to set our family members free so that we can have a life where it's unconditional. We need to set our friendships free so that we can have unconditional friendships. We need to set, just like as if you have an animal. You have a dog or a cat. You don't expect anything from them. They just give you love, right? And you just give them love back. It's a similar sort of kind of way of looking at it. But with the being human, we don't. We have conditions, chains, restrictions, resentments. We've got whatever else that we carry in our relationships, and sometimes we also take on the chains in which we've had a past relationship, and we have expectations that the next relationship we have is going to have a similar, even though it's not. We take on certain patterns within that, and then we go, oh well, that happened to that, then it's bound to happen to me again. And then what we're doing is we're automatically assuming that person is like or similar to the other person that we had that relationship where we were hurt or whatever else, and it's not the case. So we have to be free in the way that we have our relationships with one another, and start setting those parts of ourselves free. So it's like we're chaining them up, we've chained ourselves up, and we've become stuck to one another, and we're not able to really be the free spirits that we are within our relationships with one another. So I want you to just feel what that feels like, because that's the weight, that's the heaviness, that's the struggle, that's the pain, that's the feeling of entrapment. It's the feeling of not being able to connect to your divinity and light, because we have these mindsets which say to us that, well, I'm not deserving of, so how can I be in that light? And so there are all these things that we have to sort of start becoming unbound to, and starting to let go and free ourselves from these things. If it feels too much, I don't know what will happen if I just cut all those chains, and then it'll just be like, I don't know who I am after I cut all those chains, and what's going to happen, etc. You could just pull one chain at a time, and just breathe, and then pull the other chain, and then breathe. So you're doing it in a process, in a way that's kind to yourself and kind to others. Now, it could be somebody you love very, 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 very much. You can still do it to that too, because there will be something there, some kind of condition in which you've set, even with somebody you love very, very much. So it doesn't just work on negative. it works on positive as well. And it's about expanding ourselves and seeing something new within our relationships, because we have an expectation of somebody has to function a certain way, and that's the only way that they can function. We see people very limited, and as we see ourselves very limited. But when we set ourselves and those people free, or beings free, what we're doing is we're allowing to see another version, something else where we haven't automatically decided that that fits in that box rather than something else. We're allowing an opening to happen. We're setting each other free to be able to see what comes from that and what is beyond that. And then through that, there is a sense of peace that will start to happen within you, and that person in which you have let them go, and you're not worried about anything else. You just set them free, and that is your decision if you want to do that or not. But this is going to be about doing that today. It's going to be about us going into those aspects of ourselves, as we call in all our guides and guardian angels and everybody that we personally acknowledge from on high to come in and help assist us with this, because it's time for chains to be released. Let's go. Let it go. Let's start afresh. Let's start afresh with our relationships with each other, and let's just see what can happen beyond those belief systems that we have created over time. Over lifetimes upon lifetimes upon lifetimes. We are divine, loving beings of light. We can do this. We're masters. We can do this. We can let go. What also this will do is it will start to help you to gravitate more into the present, so you're not being pulled into the past. We live a lot, I was saying earlier, we live a lot in the past present. We don't live in the present future. We live too much in the present past. And then what happens is we're locking ourselves into conditions and programs which really aren't relevant to us anymore. But we feel, because we're not deserving of, or because we have whatever, that we have to somehow still sit in that and still be in that, suffering. And it's not true. We can let go of the past and start being in the present, and then see what's available for us for our future, present, future, by allowing ourselves to set each aspect of ourselves free. Because it is an aspect. Everything is an aspect. Everything that is in this room is a relationship with one another. And so even if we start with this room, where we start by seeing what attachments we have with one another, and we're just going to get Archangel Michael's sword of holy truth, and we're just going to ask him to come in and just to sever any of these chains with love and light, taking them in to a beautiful heart of love, and sending that light up, so that nobody gets offended or feels bad that cords have been cut. Because all we're doing is we're setting each other free. It doesn't mean we can't have relationships with one another. It's just a different type of relationship that we can start to have with one another. You will have really, really strong bonds with one another. You'll have really, really strong bonds with your family members and all the rest of it. It doesn't mean that's going to go. It won't go. Actually, what it will do is it will enhance the relationship, because you will start to feel freer, and those people will also start to feel freer. Like, they haven't got to behave a certain way because they are afraid somehow to behave a certain way. So there are things with children as well. We can be a bit kind of like hard on children sometimes, because we're trying to show them the way or give them more direction and whatever. But if we cut those chains and we just allow space to allow that energy to say, well, you know what, I set you free. You can make your own decisions, and we'll just see what happens, and I'll be open to allow whatever and trust whatever comes in relation to that, and then see what happens in response to, actually there isn't a pull anymore of me having to have a tantrum or behave this way anymore, because I don't have that she's not asking me, or he's not asking me to do that anymore, because that's a contract, that's a chain, that's a condition, that's a thread, that's a, I asked you to do this for me, thank you very much for doing that to me, but it's time to let all this stuff go. It's time to release and time to be free spirited and be who we are, but still obviously be present and share your love and your light, but without any conditions in relation to those things. So we're going to just relax. So as we call in more guides, master guides, guardian angels, every person knowledge from high to come through and help sisters tonight's illuminations, let's call it, because we're going to illuminate ourselves. We can also ask for any sadness to be lifted up and out and to also go with the angels now, so that any attachments to what it is that we're doing isn't going to make us feel sad or low or anything like that. It's going to have a sense of more freedom and elation and a nice big deep breath of peace. Open up your crown chakra, allow all this light to come down through the crown chakra all the way through the whole of your body into the earth. Remember, you're a star being, but you're also divine, you're aspect of God. It's all in there. So you can cleanse and clear and heal and change and do anything that you want, because you are the master of your own reality. Now really feel that light coming in as if you're just glowing inside. Allow all that energy to go through, down through your feet, through your toes. See those fiber optical roots, or those like electrical or diamond rooted sparkling frequencies coming from your toes all the way down into the earth, spreading into the earth. So you're also allowing Mother Earth to feel your beauty and your light. And then we want to see the umbilical cord coming from the mother. So as if you're in her womb, and she's feeding you through the umbilical cord. She is giving you all that nourishment. She's guiding you, protecting you, and keeping you safe on the earth. She loves you deeply. She asked for you to come here. You said yes, and so she's here. She's protecting you. So always feel that you are always protected. Always know that you are always protected. And just feel that energy coming through. And as it comes through the crown chakra, and then as you see the umbilical cord being connected to the Mother Earth, you can feel all that lovely diamond sparkly energy coming in from her and from you, a transference of energy. And you just see all the energies coming from the whole of your body that are no longer serving you at this time. Anything that has disturbed your energy, or has made you feel out of balance, or made you feel weak, or made you feel like you're lacking, or that you're not worthy, or that you're not worth being here, or that you don't contribute to anybody, or anything like that. Anything that feels like it just really isn't you. Let's just move that energy down into the earth, where we can ask Great Mother to be able to she will transmute all this energy into divine light. And you can do it through the umbilical cord as well, as if she's sucking it out of you into her, and she's taking that energy and she's transmuting it into light, so that you no longer have to have it inside of you. Just feel it as if more on a physical level, that it is really anything. You can look in your body, and if there's anything that feels dark, or it feels like imbalance, or there's weird energetic shapes, or if there's anything in your body, if you've got any pain in your body, if there's anything that you're struggling with physically just now, see it all being dissipating and it getting sucked like a hoover in through the umbilical cord and out through into the Mother Earth, so where she can then change the energy into divine light. I mean, you are divine anyway, you can change this yourself, but this is just to be able to get you to even visualize that you can do this. You're and part of a whole ecosystem. Everything can be transformed and changed into anything. So, you know, it's just about where your focus is at, that's where you are. So just see all that light coming in, see you filling up with light. Now see these two energies from Mother Earth coming up and Mother Father God coming at your central core, creating like as if two planets are coming together and they're crashing into one another and they're creating this starburst energy right in the middle of your core. You have your Earth star, and then you have your central star here right in the middle of where your belly is, and then, you know, above your crown chakra you have another star. So just please visualize you lighting up. You are a star being, you are light, and you can actually eradicate anything that is in you that is disturbing your energy, disturbing your frequency. It doesn't belong to you. Just let it go. Expanding out, 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 cleansing and clearing, 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 cleansing and clearing. Uruye shakaria kuloratria utsurutia itiabot ilia urutkaria urukutike kurkutia shala akala iwonias I urutike mosia shali uria budia bakalahra ilia. Kolachla aratiketikiyara kisudia mataratat. Ushukuruso shashekirka khalam tututiara tititna. Uaha. Urukhula yakiaha. Urusotoroto. Urusotoroto. يوسودي دي يوخل مدة برتا يجري ودرس خل برتا شادوي دي يوا كرد Oh,